What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Dave Cave Dave review. I'm Dave, coming at you from the Dave Cave, and tonight I am taking a look at the Batman the Animated Series Batcycle. Yes, that's right. I'm so stoked that I have this guy in hand. I missed out on the DC Collectibles version back in the day, and I've been kicking myself ever since, but I will kick myself no longer, folks, because I have this guy in my hot little hands right now. Thank you, Toddles. Thank you, Todd, for putting these Batman the Animated Series guys back out. Thank you for the re-releases, because I'm getting to put some of these figures that I missed back onto my DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series shelf. I've got a Scarecrow over there. I missed out on the Scarecrow. I did buy him actually for a lot of money, and then I sold him for a lot of money when times got tough. But yeah, I was able to buy him for retail price very recently. He does have the cell shading, sadly, but I can overlook that because I have that character back on my shelf now. And I can also proudly say that I have this little puppy in my collection right now as well. So let's have a look at the box there, guys. We've got the front there showing off our sleek little piece of machinery there. We've got our trading card and our helmet. I wonder what other goodies this box will hide. And look at that beautiful art right there. Iconic since the age of 10. Every time I look at it, it just evokes a feeling of awe inside of me, a feeling of wonder. This piece of art right here just works on me, guys, I tell you what. Alrighty, over here we've got this cool little window with a Batcycle driving out of it. I really do dig that. On the back here we've got a frame from the animated series showing the Batcycle doing its stuff, and we've got some of the features highlighted here. Headlight flare, we've got a dash display, so obviously there's a couple of lights. There's tail lights, and there's a smoke effect apparently. Now I wonder if that's just highlighting that it's a plastic smoke effect, and I wonder if it's an actual like misting effect, like the San Diego Ray and Kylo Ren set that I have. Whenever you press a button on the base, it lights up red and starts to spit out some mist, because it's like a Starkiller base set, and it's, you know, mimicking the ground cracking open on Starkiller base. So yeah, it kind of creates a bit of a smoky kind of mist effect. So I wonder if that's the situation here. I'm not sure. We'll find out when we crack this guy open. Batteries are included in this guy. You've got 3 little button batteries there, and it comes on a base. There's the other side. There's the top, guys. Let's have a look at the bottom. We've got a lot of little caution thingies there in a couple of different languages, but whatever. That's not the important stuff. The important stuff is the goodies inside of there. So I'm gonna get right back to you guys after I've cracked this open. I'm gonna spread it all out on the table, and yeah, we're gonna get into it, guys. So kick back, get comfy, and just, you know, straddle a long black sleek piece of machinery. It's going down. Alrighty, shaka bras, I am back. This guy is unboxed, and as you can see, sadly, there were no hidden goodies inside the box. All we have here is a trading card. We've got the helmet or alternate head for our Batman. We have our base, and we have our bicycle, or Batcycle, sorry, not a bicycle. How dare I? We also have a smoke piece, and yeah, I think I might have been kidding myself a little bit when I mentioned that I thought maybe it was a misting effect in the base. I mean, what can I say? Maybe Hasbro spoiled me with that one. Yeah, when you see smoke effect, like, does that imply, like, why call this a smoke effect? It's just like a I don't know, it's just like a crappy, like, translucent piece of plastic. Like, why do they need to advertise that it includes a smoke effect? I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm being a bit too silly. But anyway, let's have a look at the card first. And holy geez, guys, like, why put a card, kind of like jam a card into a blister like that? This is going to need a good couple of months inside of my binder to kind of get it back in a working order. But anyway, there's the front, and yeah, totally giving me the Skybox cards, or was it Tops or Skybox from the 90s? Actually, damn, now I'm kind of doubting myself. I'm pretty sure it was Tops for the first series, and the second series might have been Skybox with the pop-up cards. Or am I tripping? Anyway, and there we have the back. If you want to read that, you can pause it now, but that's pretty much self-explanatory. That'll go with the rest of my Batman the Animated Series trading cards. And alternate head. As we can see, it is all black except for a strip of cell shaded blue up the top there. All in all, not a bad little helmet, although absolutely no definition on that mouth. Can you see that, guys? Like, what is that weak lip there? If there's one thing I know about Mr. Bruce Wayne, it's that he has a strong lip, and that is not a strong lip in mine eyes. Anyway, we will get into that in more detail later when I put that on our Batman's head. Now, I'm going to put the bike just off to the side here, and we're going to have a look at the base itself. This is pretty self-explanatory. Let's take the effect piece out. Now, essentially, all the effect piece does is it kind of sits in that groove there, and then the top of the axle sits there. There's an axle kind of running through the effect piece. It just kind of goes in there, and then it rests on there, and then you can display the bike leaning to the right, or leaning to the right or leaning to the left. There is a lower. Oh yeah, okay. Looks like there's like a double-sided situation where, is that like a manhole or something like that? Maybe it is. I wonder what that is. But yeah, I think I like this. A little plainer, and it has the visible little kind of grooves in there and little steps and yeah, slopes on the edge of the base there. So I kind of like that effect just for display purposes. So that is our base. And yeah, once again, sadly, no bloody mist effects there. I was fooling myself there. And now here we have the beautiful Batcycle. And geez, okay, I did not notice that on first glance, but there's like a big bit of cell shaded kind of like white painted down one side of the windshield there. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess it's okay, but it kind of looks a bit goofy. I'm sure that looks just like kind of goofy on camera. I mean, in hand, it's kind of okay. Like stuff always looks different in hand, but like, yeah, on camera, that looks really weird. Anyway, let's have a look at our articulation here. Yeah, that is a nice little swivel on that front wheel, and yeah, it rolls nicely inside of this kind of this bay here. And my goodness, it is just a lovely little rendition of the animated bike. This side's nice and clean. We've got our handlebars here. These do not move. Our back wheel, our back tire spins nicely. And yeah, the bike itself kind of, rolls nicely. And it does stand up on its own due to the kind of splayed out wing pieces here. I don't know if I remember the original bike having that, these kind of spiky bits out the back, but that looks pretty cool. Black and blue is a nice little combo there. This kind of striping on the rear tire here is interesting. It doesn't look too bad, but I mean, I'm all about the front here with these three stripes. Very, is it Art Deco? I think it's Art Deco. Yeah, it just screams Art Deco, that kind of stripage there. Something interesting to note on the other side is that we can actually see these screw holes that have been covered up by these little plastic plugs here. So I guess they've done us a solid there by covering up those plugs. Covering up those screws, and also that's kind of like you kind of wouldn't display it on that side because of the plugs, and I guess the benefit of that is that, well, since you're displaying it on that side, you won't be seeing the kind of weird looking cell shading there. So yeah, button to turn the lights on is underneath. It's a push button that kind of clicks in, and yeah, so the little display there lights up, the dash just lights up there, the headlight lights up there, and we've got a red tail light that lights up there. I will turn the lights off later on once I get Batman on here, and I'll see what he looks like lit up by his own Bat bike. And yeah, that's pretty much the ins and outs of the bike itself. Time to take a quick look at the Batman from the Captain Condiment wave, and do a little head swap with the helmet there, get him on the bike, and yeah, see what that looks like. All right, catch you guys then. Cheers. Alrighty guys, so we are back, and I've got my Batman and my Robin, both from the recent McFarlane DC Direct wave, both from the Captain Condiment wave. And I'm going to see how both of these guys fit on the bike. Now, an interesting observation I made about this guy here is that his legs are on ball joints. Now, this was actually the case with the original version that came out with the DC Collectibles bat bike. They gave him ball joints at the leg instead of the horrendous DC Collectibles articulation that these guys suffered from across the rest of the wave. Now, oops, sorry, Batman. Let's put you to the side. Now, yeah, the rest of the DC Collectibles wave kind of hinge out. The legs kind of hinge out, and they're on this kind of weird other swivel joint as well. So their legs kind of swing out way too low. It looks really unnatural, and yeah, I feel like that would just make them unsuitable for a vehicle like this. If any of you own the Roxy Rocket set, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you've opened it and tried to fit her on that rocket. Just an appalling time for everyone. She really does not fit all that well on. It's really awkward. It just looks like both of them were designed in a vacuum completely separately from each other. And yeah, no thought was given to, you know, whether she could actually fit on the rocket and look good doing it. So I have a feeling that it might be different in this case, well, especially with the Batman. But look, while we've got the Robin, let's try and fit Robin on the bike here and see what it looks like. No, it's super awkward. Does not work. And I'm going to just stop altogether there. Alrighty. Let's switch over to Batman. Hopefully this is a less awkward affair. So we've got the regular head here, but I'm going to swap that out for the helmeted head. Now, before I do that, let's have a look at how far back his head articulates. So we've got that much. So if he's sitting at about this angle, he's going to be looking forward without the helmet. So let's get the helmeted head on, and we'll see if that gives us any more range of movement in the head. It actually looks like it's cut quite high, but it does sit quite low on the neck. So I don't know if that was intentional, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to flex back all that much. In fact, the unhelmeted head might actually give us even more kind of backwards articulation on the head there. So that's interesting. Alrighty, so look, let's get this guy on the bike and see if that was it's going to be as an awkward an experience as it was for the Robin. So leaning forward and riding kind of in a standing up pose. So that's kind of the best that I can do right now on camera, and that's not so bad. I mean, it doesn't look the best from the side, but from the front it looks pretty cool, I guess. And if I put him on the stand there and put one leg down to do the classic, what should we call this? The Akira pose? Let's call it the Akira pose. Yeah, let's do the Akira pose. There he is. Let's turn his head this way a little bit. Oh yeah, there it is. That's the money shot. That's how I'll pose him. Yeah, and yeah, that's not so bad. So I guess a little awkward in that he doesn't kind of sit right down on that seat with his feet in the stirrups, but I'll take this for my shelf for sure. And definitely had an easier time getting him on there, at least in that half-seated pose, than I did with the Robin. That was just yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get very far trying to get Robin on that seat. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to turn the lights out, try and get some nice shots of this guy with the lights out. Let's turn the bike lights on now. Now we're kind of not seeing too much there. Oh, we're getting a bit of a kind of glow against Batman's chest there. Do we see the yep, the rear view there? Not the rear view, the brake lights are on. So I'm just going to go and turn the lights off right now, come back and give you some shots of this guy in the dark. am back. Time to give you guys some comparisons of the Batman the Animated Series Batcycle with some other vehicle sets. Here he stands next to the McFarlane The Batman Drifter motorcycle with Drifter Bruce Wayne. And here he is next to the Gold Label Lobo with Space Hog. And here he is next to the Dark Knight's Death Metal Batcycle with Batman. And here he is next to the Batman the Animated Series Batmobile by DC Collectibles. And here he stands next to the Mattel Dark Knight Movie Masters Batpod. And I'm back, guys. Time to give you guys my final verdict on this set. All in all, I gotta say it's a really nice little piece of kit. I really like having this in my collection after, missing it for so long. I haven't had a Batcycle, an animated Batcycle in my collection since the Kenner one, and that was going way back into my childhood, guys. I eventually gave that Kenner Batcycle to my niece and gave the rest of my animated stuff to my niece with the exception of a few key pieces, and I never got any of it back. And the animated stuff that I did keep, I gave to my son a year or two ago, and he's been loving playing with my old Kenner villains. It sucks to see them kind of get treated so badly by a 4-year-old, but you know what? They're toys, man. That's the whole point of them, especially toys that are as well made as those Kenner toys were back in the 90s. So this guy here, he's going to look lovely on the shelf. I am slightly disappointed in that the Batman doesn't fit as nicely, as neatly on the seat as I thought he would, but he looks pretty badass being posed like this. So I am happy with it. I'm not like ecstatic with it. I'm not over the moon with it, but I'm pretty happy that I have this set. And it's going to complement my animated Batmobile over on my shelf there really nicely. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to have to bust out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit me with a sub, hit me with a like, hit the notification bell if you like my style and you want to see more of me. Thank you so much, guys. Once again, really getting a kick out of this project here, really getting a kick out of the feedback, and really getting a kick out of seeing your comments and, just speaking with like-minded people out there on YouTube. Yeah, I was not expecting the positivity that I'm getting in my comments. Maybe I need to just get bigger and, that might change. But for now, I am loving the interaction with you guys. So please, if you've got something nice to say, please let me hear it. I'm going to bust out, guys. I'm Dave, coming at you from the Dave Cave. Take care of each other, guys. Until the next one. Peace.